Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the managing director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing the alcohol ban in Thailand, which is ending, not Thailand, Bangkok specifically. And since basically the 1st of 2021, there was this so-called second wave, and we've had to deal with a number of restrictions being reimposed here in Bangkok, as well as other provinces. And certainly Bangkok was not the worst hit, but other provinces were sort of less hit. For example, Chonburi kind of had an initial, really serious lockdown, and then they kind of eased up, and things are not quite as bad as they were right at the beginning. But the long story short, and the reason for this video is, just to look at the economic impact of the alcohol ban. And this isn't a video being made to, we just want to party or whatever. No, but, I'm hoping, well, first I hope we don't ever have to deal with one of these situations again. But I'm hoping that if it happens again, perhaps people will take a more nuanced approach and look at this situation from a more, from the standpoint more of the business folks that have had to endure this. Because we have a number of clients who are in the F&B business, restaurants, bar and grill kind of thing. And this alcohol ban has just been, it's been pretty, there's really no other word for it. It's been devastating. In some cases, it's resulted in the closure of businesses. In a lot of cases, the people that have managed to sort of slide out of this here at the end of this ban, my thoughts and my heart's been with them, just sort of watching them, just slog through this because, it's a different dining experience not being able to have a glass of wine. It's a different dining experience not being able to have a beer. It's a different dining experience not being able to have a glass of champagne. Now, I'm sure policymakers and regulators, their hearts are in the right place, but, it doesn't help making these sort of blanket decrees that can have just a massive impact economically on people who are just trying to make a living. And let's also be clear, the food and beverage business, it's, in my opinion, to make a living at that, just watching that from the outside, in my capacity, providing legal service, trying to assist folks with their visas, especially foreigners working in the F&B world here, or ownership of F&B businesses, it's a tough business. Amarillo Slim once said, being a professional gambler, it's the hardest way to earn an easy buck. A lot of people think the restaurant business is easy. And a lot of people think, oh, you can just get into it, and I can flip burgers, I can serve people some pad thai. How hard is it? Well, it's pretty hard. I've seen it from the back end. I haven't done it. I don't have it in me, candidly. I don't have the fortitude that many of my clients that are in those businesses have. But a recent article from Khalsat English, that's khalsatenglish.com, article is titled, Bangkok ban on booze in restaurants lifted, bars reopen, and they get into, all the, I'm not really making this video to talk about it being lifted. I'm more making this video to just talk about the economic impact of this in hindsight, so that maybe in the future we can, at the very least, have some reticence is the wrong word, treat this with the gravity it deserves, because this is a real issue. Quoting directly, the impact is believed to be devastating for many businesses in Bangkok who were already left struggling in the pandemic throughout 2020. And they get into a lot in that article. Again, Khalsat English, Bangkok ban on booze in restaurants lifted, bars reopen. There's a lot going on in there. And I was reading it and I just thought about making this video, and maybe I'm going off in a little more of a tangent than the article did, but I just hope, when the first lockdown came, a lot of the F&B businesses that were clients of our firms that we've assisted for years in some cases, they kind of kept calm and carried on, for lack of a better term. This second wave thing at the beginning of the year, I would almost argue in many ways this hit them harder, because they had to go through all the expenses sort of getting things back reopened, getting back on their feet, only to sort of have their knees cut out from under them again. Now, I'm not saying the government or anybody else is doing that intentionally. Again, everybody's just reacting, trying to do the best that they can. But I hope this will cause a little bit more reflection in the future in imposing these policies, especially in a blanket manner on a place as populous as Bangkok, just sort of going forward, because I really don't think that this issue has been given the credit it deserves. This has had a tremendous impact on a lot of SMEs in Thailand, and it has knock-on impacts on the greater economy as a whole.